Hello, friends. It's Chapo.
Check your door handles when you go
Oh my
into the
God!
mall.
You saw it. That TikTok was so good. But okay, the zip tie on the side mirrors or the door handle. That's a classic one I heard before. But the new evolution of trafficking techniques that I was not aware of in this TikTok was putting some sort of like fentanyl pouch in the door handle, so that when you touch it, you get like whoa, you pass out or whatever.
Man, imagine a squeegee guy accidentally touching the fentanyl part on your car
And
just collapsing in the
not getting
intersection.
collapsing, getting right for the day.
It's like, oh man, feeling great. He just whistles, walks away.
That's the funniest thing about like that fentanyl shit. It's like wouldn't there just be like a million people dying every day if it just kills you on contact?
Havana
like
syndrome, baby. We have a collective Havana syndrome. What you want to call it? Anything you want to call it, any name you give it, it's the same thing. The tendrils are buzzing with the coming apocalypse. But we have no cultural language to discuss that, so it gets suppressed and sublimated into physical symptoms and then narratives around those symptoms. And that's now our politics.
Yeah.
For podcasters, of course, the Havana syndrome is IBS.
Damn, it's true.
It do be true. Not me though. My
Totally
BMs are like a fucking Swiss watch.
Well, bully for you.
Mine have been really bad since the Ned Fulmer incident.
This is like when I told Cumtown I've never had erectile dysfunction or needed blue chews.
They're fun to take just sometimes.
I've never done it.
Yeah, it's like doing batting practice with a cork bat.
Yeah.
Apparently, I didn't see it. I will see it before the week is out. But there was the new SNL this season debuted Saturday.
Brendan Gleeson, right?
Yes, Brendan Gleeson, lovable Irish lug. I'm sure I'll enjoy it with quotation marks. But apparently there was a sketch about the Fall Guys, the Fry Guys, the Try Guys. The Try Guys are on SNL,
The
like as a
Tricorn.
reference.
Yeah, no.
This is, you got to put the phones down and find out like what it's like to like go to a deli and think of something funny that happens in an interaction you have in your human life.
Imagine, if you will, an adherent to the Bushido code of samurai, but he worked at a deli.
Yeah, see, now we're talking. What if your neighbors had large peaked heads and talked like robots? What if that was a thing? How would you deal with it? What if you opened the door one time and there was a shark? These are questions that you need to be asking yourself. You need to put on a fucking Doobie Brothers record, smoke some fucking Maui Wowie, nothing above mids, and just talk out the episode instead of putting your fucking Twitter screen next to your Netflix page and then destroying your brain with the most powerful THC ever devised. A fucking
leave that to me.
Putting
Leave that to
MK
me. I run a
Ultra
podcast,
strain
not SNL.
resins in your head and just watching your screen all week and then getting ideas out of that.
That's what I do.
Touch fucking grass. Seriously, the sketches could be about anything, man. You have to have it. Literally, they've never done anything else. They like people writing for SNL now. They went from school to SNL, probably. Like they went to school, then they went to like college. Maybe they did a couple of years, but doing stand up and this shit.
See,
they never had a real motherfucking job.
I
haven't either, obviously, but it's like this has its own effects everywhere.
I perceive like like you could say like the weed's too strong now, but I perceive a similar shift in drug-induced creativity in film and television that plays out according to the plot in SNL. The shift from cocaine, classic era SNL, where they were fucking desk tables, they were doing a yard of cocaine, to Adderall.
Yeah. Yes.
So, yeah, like you have all the
it's okay. I got a prescription for this,
but none of the feelings of godlike euphoria.
Yeah, because it's not illegal. It's got to be illegal, baby. You got to have your PA go and meet a guy in the cafeteria at Rockefeller Center.
Back to the Kanye West article. West is now suspended from Twitter and Instagram for statements. The president of Iran is still holding fort. So I had to get that in there.
They do like British Zionists love that, like being like, why does Khomeini still have an account?
Yeah.
Twitter's banned in Iran. How come this asshole has a Twitter account?
Yeah.
How's he ban evasion of his own country?
You'd think that would be part of the sanctions that we've had on that country since the hostage crisis, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can't be on our Twitter. What the fuck?
West is possibly under sedation too. In 2016, he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder after being hospitalized. His manic outbursts have long been the subjects of cruel jokes. It is crueler still for Fox News to put on air someone who is plainly ill. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that really a real breach of morality from Fox News. Imagine if they put someone insane on television.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I like how that's what crosses the line from them.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, exploiting the mental illness of this entertainer on for Tucker Carlson. Yeah, that's a bridge too far, Fox News. Yeah.
Also, like crazy famous people like that. That's how they heal, is by going on TV.
That's why they go talk it out. It's therapy.
Yeah, they go on TV after they have an outburst.
Yeah.
Like my favorite TV appearance of all time, Michael Richards.
With Jerry Seinfeld on the Tonight
the
Show.
Afro-American
It's not funny.
community.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It is the funniest thing ever. Maybe.
That's so fucking good.
Seinfeld is a piece of shit as a human. Obviously, I mean, the fact that he collects cars is all you need to know. If you're a comedian who makes a bunch of money, and if you're a kind of entertainer who makes a bunch of money, and then you're left with the existential question, what do I do with this giant pile of gold? The answer is buy a bunch of little cars. You're a fucking piece of shit. But nothing, and obviously the 17-year-old, the guy, he's dicey. But to me, the grossest thing he ever did was when fucking Kramer drops the N-word and then goes to apologize and starts talking about the Afro-American community.
Oh my God.
This asshole's going to yell at this crowd and say, it's not funny. Fuck off, dude.
That's funnier than anything Jerry Seinfeld has ever done on stage.
Ever done in his life.
Yeah, that was probably the greatest TV appearance of all time.
Yeah, you got to talk it out. And so I think if he gets a few more interviews, he'll like calm down again. But then it's going to get ramped up. Like, and we're all on a roller coaster. We're all living like by the whims of these guys at the top who are getting more and more normal every day.
Well, you do like interviews for celebrities are like detox. Like you start out on like something close to what you get on the streets, which is Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
But then when you're weaning off, you go with something light like Meredith Vieira, and we'll know he's cured when he's like doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, here's where we get into, Felix called the shot early on quite accurately. So here's where he gets into Roger Waters. Compare West to Roger Waters, who turned up over the High Holy Days in an interview with Rolling Stone magazine. Waters, who insists he has nothing against Jews, only the existence of Israel, said that British and American Jews bear responsibility for Israel's actions because they pay for everything.
I'm sure that's a very good faith reprint of what he actually said in the interview. I'm sure he said exactly that.
Roger Waters, who will always be a delusional bigot, but Kanye West, who has performed in Israel, will recover from his delusions and their bigotry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why he's a good person. Okay.
I mean, that's the thing is as long as Israel is affirmed and can exist, then who gives a shit how any particular person is outside of Israel? Because, oh no, they do anti-Semitism? What'll happen then? Jews come to Israel? Oh, we'd hate for that to happen.
Well,
yeah, that's how you realize that they don't actually think Roger Waters is, otherwise they would love it.
Exactly.
And also,
they want to scare the Jews out of the West to Israel to win the demographic war they're in.
Yep. I said the same with Katie Halper just last week. But yeah, like, and also though, if as long as you support Israel, you can say anything you want about Jewish people.
Absolutely, you're shaking. You're shaking the board towards the bottom. You're getting all the crumbs together. But if you're against Israel, then they can't have a state. They can't have their nukes. They can't defend themselves against the rest of us.
He says he deserves a break. You could see the pain on his face as he told Carlson, "If we saw ourselves as people and not, then we would treat our people better. That is the American problem in a nutshell. The road to rehabilitation is long. There will be meetings with rabbis, a trip to the Western Wall, and another high-profile interview to apologize about the previous one. If anyone can, Kanye can. Just ye watch."
Okay, so this is a question. Is that going to happen? Is he going to do the full walk back? Because if he's going to get healed, he's going to have to do something publicly to exemplify it. Does he have to go to Israel? Does he have to go to the wall?
If he does do it, it is going to be couched in that.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, look, I like Israel.
Yeah.
And then maybe he is running for president.
We'll see. Yeah, so if he is able to accept those terms, then we might be seeing the stirrings of the next link in the chain.
Damn, I feel like Black Hitler.
You know what? I wish I could find the best screenshot ever of the guy going like, "Everyone Google this. We're the real Jews." And then the first comment under his Facebook status is, "Can you just like come pick up your daughter?" Because that really is, it's a microcosm of what's going on here.
I think we need some more lost tribes of Israel.
Yeah, we need to go out and find some more.
The Irish.
Some have claimed.
I've heard that
Some have
one.
claimed.
I don't really.
There's
agree with
also
it.
the Anglos. The Anglos claim.
Our friend Elron Mexico said the Cajuns were also a lost tribe of Israel.
You have to. I don't know. You have to get real at some point.
The Anglo-Saxons claim that too, that they're a lost tribe, and of course, the Mormons believe that the Indians are the tribe of Israel.
Okay, at this point, it's like there are more people who are Jewish than are not.
Yeah. Well, that can solve anti-Semitism.
You know what,
Chinese,
honestly,
the Chinese
Okay.
lost tribe of Israel.
I honestly have never heard the Han put forward as the lost tribe of Israel. No, that's a good one.
Gotta get those numbers up.
The only
They're
people
going to have to find some more lost tribes if they want to, keep it going.
the only people who both like have never claimed this and I could actually see would be the Basques because like no one knows where they came from.
It's true. They got the
Yeah,
language
that
isolated.
language that's out of nowhere.
Yeah, no other connections. It's very interesting.
No Indo-European roots.
Yeah,
Their language is awesome.
Yeah.
They put X's wherever.
they go ham.
I
They go
love
ham
them.
with them X's. They got the little guy, the divot guy above
Yeah.
the I. It's like, you thought there'd be a dot? Wrong, bitch. It's a tiny little U. Well, I, for one, welcome the Kanye Imperium. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome.
I
when
support
we
the
all have
Kanye
to wear
regime.
those foam insulation shoes.
Okay. Look,
Like and the tracksuit, I'll be fine. I'll have a great time.
People get very sensitive about music. So I'll just say this: can we agree that his clothes and shoes are like the shittiest thing anyone's ever
Awful.
created? Like the
Awful.
ugliest clothes and shoes anyone has ever conceived of.
They look bad.
yeah.
I gotta say,
They look like shit.
I probably like his music, more than anyone out of the three of us, but like his clothes suck shit. They're fucking terrible. They look like shit that they wore on the ship in the Matrix.
Wear it to the rave.
Yeah.
Wear it to the
God.
Zion rave.
Yeah, just dog shit. And I liked a lot of Donda, but the shoes are
I'm gonna get a pair in anticipation, so that when the Pol Pot regime
Yeah.
comes in there and they're shooting anybody who's not wearing Yeezys, I'll be okay. It's an all hype beast army, bunch of just decked out clods.
Light of the long knives, but for Gap executives.
Yep.
I think Mandy Moore would beat him in an election.
Mandy Moore.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
interesting.
she's on This Is Us, right?
She's on This Is Us.
See, the thing is, they need a celeb, and the problem is they can't get one, and they're not raising one in time, and it's a catastrophe. Like they need Matthew McConaughey yesterday, or The Rock. They're really in trouble. They need someone to answer that. They need someone to answer Kanye because
Who's
no
Mandy Moore?
conventional.
Why Mandy
Where
Moore?
are you getting Mandy Moore from?
She's on This Is Us. She's a woman. And like she always seems to be just be in this like pleasant haze.
Mm-hmm.
And if Kanye's up there just like screaming about like whatever topic he's on by that election, where
See, if we did have a socialist movement in this country with any kind of organizational, institutional heft, it would be Marianne Williamson. But sadly, we don't live in that world. So we're going to get some like off-brand Hollywood Hillary. It's not going to be good.
What about Taylor Swift running against Kanye?
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah would be the she's the closest to like a Democratic
I
Trump.
think it's Oprah, really.
Yeah, maybe. What about Dianne Feinstein? I think she's still got room for one last job.
Honestly, that would make
that
sense.
would be so.
I mean, that
fucking
is the
good.
next step from like Biden. Would if it's just the continuing dissolving of the Democratic Party to its pure machine parts, then who's next? Nancy Pelosi? Would she have to be the next candidate?
You have
In
to
an exoskeleton?
You have to admit it would be really funny if Kanye lost by like 9 points to Dianne Feinstein. And then she just
People are just
fucking
like-
dies.
We're like, look, I just didn't think I didn't think Jesus was a banger. I'm sorry, not voting for him. I'm voting for Mecca Feinstein.
I honestly think Christ is King foreclosed any possibility of him ever being president. I really do. I do.
All right. Well, I hope we can find our place in the Kanye regime.
I'm already preparing myself.
I'm sorry for going to Virgil Abloh's party and ruining it. All right. Till next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, plug the dates.
Oh
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Plug the dates.
Okay. If you didn't get a chance to see us in LA, you'll still have 2 opportunities to see us. This Friday, the 14th, we are in the Town Hall Theater in New York. That's right, Chapo, on Broadway.
On Broadway.
And then the week after that, we're going to be at Revolution in Fort Lauderdale. Musical guests in New York will be 95 Bulls and Donzi in Fort Lauderdale. Very much looking forward to those.
Danzig? Oh, wow.
So last 2 dates on our fall tour, Chicago and LA, have been fucking awesome. Really looking forward to New York and Fort Lauderdale.
On a bit of a pedantic note, these shows have been great, but we got a lot of stuff to get through. We got the band is not really an opener; they're just playing a few songs and they play later. So don't show up like 30 minutes late thinking you're going to skip the opener. If you're not there like by 10 minutes after the show starts, you're going to be missing significant portions of the show. So show up on time for these.